What's up, bros, hoes, and average joes? This is Public Enemy here, bringing you guys the 6th episode of the Modern Warfare 3 50 plus show. So in this gameplay, I'm actually using the G36C, I believe it's called, and I'm going 54 and 4 on Village. I'm not exactly sure what perks I'm using, but I know I'm using the silencer and the red dot sight on my G36 for no other reason than I like to be silent and I like to have a good sight. And the kill streaks I'm using are the Predator missile, the Reaper drone, and the Osprey gunner. So let's just jump right into this. I have two stories I want to tell you guys. One or both of them being unfortunate accidents, not terribly unfortunate, but no, they could have led to game-changing things in life. So the first one. So this actually happened. I was about 5 years old. My brother was 6, something like that, give or take a few years. And since that was like 10 years ago, something like that. Yeah, about 10 years ago. There wasn't. I don't know if you guys remember 10 years ago, like the bicycle handles and stuff. What I mean by that, like, is the grips. Like, if you threw down your bike, it would wear out the grips a lot, and the ends would become exposed, and you'd have the metal there. I don't know if you guys remember that. I think they made grips more efficient now, but what happened to my brother is he kept setting down his bike, and it kept wearing out the grips. And we were at a party at my house, like a family get-together type thing, with everybody from my family and neighbors and stuff like that. And what happened was, he was riding around on the front yard along with me and two other people, and his shoelace actually got stuck in his chain, because I guess he didn't have his shoelace tied or something like that. Just insanely stupid for a kid riding a bike. But anyways, his lace got stuck in the chain, and the bike fell, and it fell in such an awkward way that it landed on his finger, his middle finger. I don't know how, but it cut it, so like almost all the way through the bone, and so it had like a tiny bit of skin hanging, which could have actually been like a game changer in his life. He would have got bullied. He would have had no chance to give the middle finger to any teacher or any person who just pissed him off. Which, no, I wouldn't be able to do that, because sometimes you just have to express feelings with the middle finger. So, actually, like, since it was at a party, I ended up being the one who got stuck being alone with a stranger that I didn't even know. Like, maybe, I'm pretty sure it was my uncle. I guess I did know him, but I got stuck not knowing what was happening or anything. All I saw was my brother crying, a finger that was like cut in half basically, or almost gone. And then my parents rushing him into our van that we had back then, like a really old minivan, nasty old looking things, and rushing him into the van, and I'm like, what's going on? What happened? Because all I could hear was my brother crying. I didn't know that he actually had to go to the hospital or anything. I wasn't even explained anything, like, or what happened. They were just like, go inside and play video games, and like, yes, Majora's Mask, here I come. So I just went in and played video games. But, so, since my brother was screaming so loud, I guess my parents heard him from the back, because that's where our pool was located, back in our super old house. And so they ran to the front, got him in the van, and drove him straight to the hospital. And I guess my brother gave me a little tip here, saying he got 6 stitches in his middle finger that was almost fully cut off, which was actually super disgusting. Considering I'm looking at my middle finger, I don't know how 6 stitches would fit in it. My finger, I'm 15, and my finger isn't very big. And he was like 5 or 6. I don't get how 6 stitches. But we actually got a good thing out of it. He got a Yu-Gi-Oh deck. We were back into Yu-Gi-Oh. We were nerds back then. We had everything Yu-Gi-Oh. And so he got a Yu-Gi-Oh deck out of that to calm him down, keep him calm during however long he was in the hospital, which was pretty sweet. So now that is basically it for that story. And now I'm just gonna hop into the second one, which was kind of the same idea. Party happening at my house. We decided to leave or do something else other than what the parents were doing. And this was actually really stupid. This happened like 2 or 3 years ago, and there's not really much way to explain it, except we went rolling down a hill, and this hill was actually super steep. Like, I'm talking 80 degrees, 75, 80 degrees, and you probably wouldn't want to roll down the hill. Basically, is what's happening. It's actually an entrance to my town. Like, it's only one of the entrances, but on either side of the highway road thing, there's giant walls of what's it called, grass and other stuff. So we decided to go with the bright idea my brother had. We decided to go to roll down this hill. We actually went rolling down this other hill first, but it wasn't satisfying our needs, so we needed a steeper one. So it was about 11 p.m. on a Saturday, if I recall, during the summer, like, yeah, what I said 2 or 3 years ago, something like that. And this hill was filled with like branches and trees sticking out of the ground. So we found the most, like, the best spot to go roll down without us getting cut or hurt, which was like, it was kind of the middle, almost basically the top part of this huge hill. It was like, I'd say it was about a third as high as a normal ski hill, which I don't know if you know anything about ski hills, but they're pretty big. Like, I'm talking like at least 50 meters high, like maybe higher, 100, something like that. So while we were rolling down this hill, my brother actually, I think he either fell on a tree or rolled over like a knife or something, or a nail that was sticking out of the ground for some reason that was on the ground. And he's just like, what the hell? Why am I bleeding? He was just looking at his knee. He's like, what? Where's this blood coming from? And he just decides to man it up. He takes his sock off like a boss, and then he just wraps it around his leg, or I guess it was closer to his knee, because he thinks he's so tough like that. And then since we were like maybe 2 kilometers away, I don't know what the equivalency in the States is, because I'm not from there. So we were like 2 kilometers away. We decided to walk around for an hour before we walked like the last 2 kilometers back to my house, because we were in a bush. And my mom was actually too wasted that night to drive him to the hospital. So we went there in the morning, and he got his 4 stitches, and everything was fine. And he ended up getting he told everybody in his school that he got attacked by a bear, which is probably the dumbest thing I've ever heard. He could have said something cool, like he got mauled by another human, he got stabbed, something cool like that. But no, he decided to say he got attacked by a bear. So the gameplay is wrapping up. There's my 2 stories: 54-4 gameplay village, 65-49, and yeah, guys, peace.